Hello preppers, Perrin Lovett here for Freedom Prepper and Prepper News Weekly for this Friday, January the 5th, 2018. Happy New Year once again. And the other day, I put out a piece, 5 stories or 5 issues I think we should keep an eye on during the year. They are the economy, politics, immigration, and terrorism. May not be fair to lump those together, but I did. The weather and natural disasters, and foreign affairs. And by that I mean the risk of war. And I just want to take a few minutes here to kind of see how this week has borne out those issues, call them predictions if you will. With the economy today, this morning, actually I'm recording this on Thursday morning, the Dow hit 25,000, and if I understand correctly, is holding there, and the president says he's now expecting 30,000. Things are great, especially if you have a lot of money and it's making money for you in the stock market. Just remember, though, the higher something goes, the more room it has to fall. Keep an eye on the economy this year. Politics, we've got the president saying that. I don't know what happened yesterday between him and Steve Bannon. It kind of seems like a lot of nothing, but it just goes to demonstrate that anything can happen in Washington, and you should always keep a close eye. Nothing is safe while the legislature is in session, while Congress is in session. There's an election coming up this year, and I want you to pin down your little congressional political critters and keep them on a short leash in 2018. As far as the immigration and the terrorism go, most of the time it's not fair to lump them together. I did, and we've had some issues already this week in the first 4 days of the new year. In New York, there's a manhunt underway for an ISIS lone wolf who posed out in front of the World Trade Center with some kind of face mask or balaclava with the little ISIS logo on it. Police want to know who he is. Hey, maybe you could check with Chuck Schumer's office, you know, with the diversity visa lottery program. That's probably how he got in here, that or chain migration. Those are 2 issues that are coming up in the DACA debate, the amnesty for illegals, which I am pretty much sure is going to go through. The president says he wants it wrapped up with the wall. I don't know if that's going to happen. I do know that whenever amnesty comes up, it's a given. It passes. We don't have borders anymore. And it doesn't help when you actually have in-place legal programs like chain migration and like the diversity lottery program that allow any and everybody in with very specious background checks. And for other illegals, you've got sanctuary cities. California is a sanctuary state, and the acting director of ICE this week mentioned that a lot of these politicians at the state and local levels are probably committing felonies by aiding and abetting these illegal aliens. I posted a link to that and a link to my website, perrinlovett.me, where I've been talking about that for the past 2 years. The law is 8 U.S.C. 1324. It is a felony, a 5 to 20-year felony to actively aid and abet a known person who is in this country illegally, which is exactly what these politicians are doing. Again, the politics. Always pay attention to the politics. Nothing is safe. Nothing is safe with the weather either, it seems. It's Thursday afternoon, and where I am in the sunny south, nice and sunny today, it's about 33 degrees. The other morning it was 13. It was 18 below up in Scott's neck of the woods, and we've had wind chills nationwide from, up in the northern states, 30 and 40 below, down to 40 degrees in Miami last night. So this just goes to show you that you don't need a big natural disaster, a big punch like a hurricane or an earthquake or something. Just the ordinary weather patterns, a dip in the jet stream is all it takes to short out the power grid, freeze over roads, shut down interstates, shut down airports, and make your life miserable. We've had some videos out this week from Scott about how to survive a blizzard, both at home and in your car. Scott couldn't have been any more timely with that. Please watch those. And let's see here. What was the other issue? Yes, The foreign affairs. We had when President Trump wasn't feuding with his former advisor, Steve Bannon, he was having a nuclear button size contest with the dictator of North Korea. And North Korea is one of the hot spots to watch during 2018. We're either going to have some miraculous outbreak of peace, continuation of the armistice. Technically, we're still in an undeclared war. We have been for decades with North Korea. Or we may actually go hot. I don't think it'll be a nuclear war. That would be horrendous. But really, there is no good military outcome from any kind of intervention in North Korea. Watch that carefully. Watch Iran. And just remember, when you're watching these countries, just be mindful that there are insane people in places like Washington and New York who would have us go to war with both of these countries, in addition to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, the proxy wars in Yemen, Syria, etc., etc. They would also have us go to war with Russia, it seems, which would be utterly insane and unwinnable by anybody. I don't think any of this is really going to, it's not going to come to mushroom clouds, but it is worth keeping an eye on. Speaking of war, I went Monday on New Year's Day and saw the Last Jedi, and I may review that later. Let's just say it's not your father's Star Wars movie. It's not even our Star Wars movie, if you're old enough to remember the original in '77. For me, The Last Jedi is probably going to be the last Star Wars movie for me. I'll just sum it up by saying it was not good. It's one of the few, it's the only Star Wars movie where I've ever had a few drinks and I had to go to the bathroom, and you know, normally during a good movie you run as fast as you can to come back or try to hold it. This time I took my time. I didn't wait for any lull in the action. I didn't understand what was going on anyway. I just waltzed out and took my time and didn't really care that I missed anything, and apparently I did not. I did see that there's a poster for yet another new Star Wars. Disney is, they're making a mint on this, but I think the end of my money has come. And the end of this video has come. If anything else comes out Thursday night or early Friday morning, I'll tack it up on the news site. Check back with that. Check in here again next week, and have a great weekend. Try to stay warm.